Lil Durk ops are making videos and they're calling Lil Durk a rat for what took place in court yesterday. Now, one of his ops that made a video that went mega viral is King Yella. King Yella and Lil Durk has been beefing for about 2 decades now, but King Yella took to social media and he's absolutely appalled at what he would describe as picking and choosing that people have been doing on behalf of Lil Durk.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Keep that same energy. That same energy. That same energy. Durk just blamed everything on OTF Vonnie.
I understand King Yella's frustration 1,000%, and anybody pretending like they don't understand King Yella's frustration, you fake, okay? King Yella frustration is a mixture of multiple things here. King Yella already don't like Lil Durk, but OTF slandered King Yella's name, okay? Lil Durk and OTF contributed to the slander upon King Yella's name. So King Yella was in his interrogation room for whatever, right? He was in the interrogation room for. And the police asked me, yo, is Lil Durk a gang member? Or something of that sort. I think Lil Durk or Offset. And King Yella said, yeah, like he's a gang member. Lil Durk got 1,000 songs confirming he's a gang member. Lil Durk has called himself a gang member publicly. Offset and Lil Durk being gang members are public record, right? That's public information. So King said, yeah. Because he said, yeah, OTF and Lil Durk has been out here calling him a rat, has been slandered, his name has been pushing that narrative. So now, if King Yella is a rat for confirming information that Lil Durk himself has already confirmed publicly, how can King Yella sit by and look at what Lil Durk did and say, well, if I'm a rat, ain't Lil Durk a rat too? Because OTF Vonnie, we all agree was telling first, right? And I want to preface this, by the way, and say, I'm 100% on Lil Durk's side. I would do exactly what Lil Durk did, all right? I would tell on them dusties. I'm not going to jail for a dust mite. It's not happening under no circumstances. But OTF Vonnie admitted to, hey, I was a part of it. He didn't plead guilty to being a mastermind. He didn't plead guilty to being the one who orchestrated and planned the entire murder. He didn't plead guilty to being the one who coerced and convinced everybody to be a part of this murder. Lil Durk and them put that on them in an opening statement, and they provided evidence, circumstantial evidence for why they believe that OTF Vonnie was the mastermind, bringing things like OTF Vonnie, King Vonnie's cousin. OTF Vonnie and King Von have been friends way before OTF Vonnie knew Lil Durk. OTF Vonnie and King Von lived together. King Von, when he was dying, he told OTF Vonnie, why you let them shoot me? OTF Vonnie roped in OTF Jam, and they were mad at OTF DD for not wanting to slot sooner. They was putting pressure on other people to slot. So they went through the list to indict OTF Vonnie as the mastermind, as the master conspirator who put this all together. That's a lot more severe than what OTF Vonnie actually pled guilty to.
They all finna start telling. It's too many people. He gonna have to put it, he just put a Nino Brown. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. Vonnie did everything. He was the manager. He booked the flights. He did everything. He picked these people. He set the hits up. It never was me. It never was me. They don't care about each other. These people are not friends. That's Von's friend. Von brought him around. You never heard of a Vonnie ever. Vonnie is finna testify. He thought to testify. Durk blaming everything on him. Traplo Ross just put it out. But keep the same energy. Snitching is snitching. Pointing fingers is pointing fingers. The streets are dead. The streets are dead. Your favorite rapper is not what you think he is. It's just simple as that, man. People are grown now. Don't nobody care. It's either me or it's you. It's your life or my life. And I'm always pick my life first.
If you a fan, I'm severely judging you, especially if you a grown up. If you are a grown man who's a fan of Lil Durk, and this Lil Durk situation is when you finally figured out the streets is done and it's a myth, yo, I'm looking at you sideways, bro. Because if this situation is your wake-up call, then where have you been, man? I'm questioning if you've ever been around street dudes or the streets, bro. Because where have you been? I done seen somebody serve they block for 30 years, man. Gang bang the best way for 30 years. Pop his gun for all his homies for 30 years. He died after 30 years of being a gangster, stand-up dude, man. Not one homie got $1 towards the funeral, man. Right? The body got to sit in the morgue for 6 weeks before they can figure out how to bury him. Where are you at when a gangster go and retaliate for some homie who suckers and squares? He go and retaliate. He pop his pistol because somebody tried to play with his homies. And after getting locked up for sliding for his homies, those same homies don't got $1 on his books. They can't even keep up with the $400 a month in commissary he's allowed to have. Where were you at? Because I done experienced, I done witnessed it. Witnessed it, because I ain't never been that stupid, bruh. I knew these dudes were untrustworthy from the very beginning. I ain't never had to go through it to know and understand what was like what comes to the streets. Where are you at? Have you ever seen a certified gangster, a real stand-up dude serve his community for 30 years, he died, and the day after his body go cold and hit the morgue, they trying to F on his daughter? Stand-up dude. Everybody salute, but even the Opps salute him. He passed away. They can't pay for his funeral, but they gotta, trying to pull up on a baby mama at 3 a.m. in the morning. They don't got $1 for the funeral, but they trying to holler at the baby mama, though, a day after his funeral. They ignore all the calls when they need that paper for the funeral. They ignore all the calls. The day after the funeral happened, after he's buried, now all of a sudden they phone work. Now they're trying to pull up and see, hey, man, little man needs something. They trying to little man needs something their way to the draws. Man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. If Lil Durk is your wake-up call that the streets is done, then you ain't never experienced a goddamn thing, man. I'm telling you this straight up. I experienced it in real time. Well, we witnessed it in real time, okay? Now, King Yella will continue, and he is adamant that what Lil Durk did is flawed. And you guys is only forgiving it because Lil Durk is who he is.
Especially when I know you throwing me under the bus. This is what people doing now. This is what people doing now. I don't want to hear all that rah. No, you're not. They lying. Man, Trap Lil Raw just left the court. They all telling on each other. This is real life. This is life. This is my life or your life. It's not a game, gang. Y'all always act like somebody be hating. I be telling y'all people not who y'all think they is. This is a facade. This is for audio, video game, PlayStation, Xbox 360. These people not what y'all think they is. They not what y'all think they is, gang. They not what y'all think they is. I swear to God, they not. Now this is proof in the pudding, gang. Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie. Vonnie. What did they do? I said the same, right? Because why Durk gonna blame it on Vonnie? Durk don't care about Vonnie. Vonnie is the weakest weak. The weakest link. He's not a gang member. He's a businessman that came in, had nothing to do with nothing, never was OTF. Von brought him around. He was good with the money. He had millions in the bank account. He was taking care of the business. He took care of everything. And the truth is, Vonnie is the one that was booking everything. He the one that got the flights. He did this. He did that. So guess what the attorney said? Put everything on him. They gonna try to put it on him. Fool did that. I never did that.
My perception of Vonnie is just like this real grimy, sleazy, scummy, just scammer, finesser dude. But I don't think he was too much of a square because they would admit that when King Von was dying, some of his final words to Vonnie was, "Why you let them shoot me?" So that meant that they had some expectations for Vonnie to use his gun when it came there. They had some expectations for Vonnie to be at least with the ish or at least gangster enough to hold down King Von. Because King Von and Vonnie were inseparable. They lived together, right? They were damn near cousins. Now, I don't think Lil Durk is choosing to blame Vonnie because Vonnie was not as close to Lil Durk as other people. In my perspective, I think Lil Durk would have kept it solid. I don't think Lil Durk would have said anything if Vonnie ain't made it easy, if Vonnie wasn't already cooperating, if Vonnie ain't already confessed to certain things, and if Vonnie wasn't taking a stand to bury Lil Durk. I don't think Lil Durk would have said anything if Vonnie was not taking a stand to point the finger at Lil Durk and get Lil Durk a life sentence. So in no way, shape, or fashion, I think can anybody blame Lil Durk for doing what he did. What I don't like, though, is people changing the definition of what Lil Durk did.
But they all finna be telling. It's finna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy as hell. It's real trial. It's real time, and it's really going on. People is not what y'all think they is. The crazy part is, I said, that's what Boogie was gonna do to Durk. Knowing that he the gangster, Fool did this, da 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 da. They all came in that plotted gang. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. They all plotted. Didi, Asa, which is Ace Boogie, everybody. Guess what they all probably just did? They all came down and said, blame it on the goofy. Blame it on the non-affiliate that got nothing to do with it. We all gonna put it on Fool. And guess what? Everybody probably gonna go to court and put it on Fool. But guess what? What that mean now? That means you're a lying rat. You the same thing. You point fingers, you blame, and say somebody else did it. You a snitch. Just like it. All y'all be talking. These in court, pointing fingers and saying this and saying that. They are rats. These are real rats, and I don't want to hear nothing. Yo, OTF, only the failures. They failing. All that. Man, it's me against you, gang. Everybody against Fool. Vonnie was the weakest link, and these slime balls, gang. These are Chicago slime balls, and they put everything on Fool. These willing. And guess what Durk gonna do? Durk gonna come on probably never rap if he do beat the case. If he do beat the case.
Now that I vehemently disagree with. I don't think what Lil Durk did rise to the level of where like gangsters would say, man, I'm not listening to Lil Durk. Or like real hip hop fans would treat Lil Durk like a goofy. I think what Lil Durk did is at least gray area enough to where he can't just outright be called a rat by most rap fans or most people, because it's gray area for sure, all right? Like there's at least enough plausible deniability to where Lil Durk would be able to come home and still rap that gangster stuff, right? Now, will Lil Durk still have the same reputation and aura as Pooh Shiesty? Probably not, right? You know, Pooh Shiesty, like, bro, again, say what you want about Pooh Shiesty. There's never been anything flawed when it comes to the streets attached to Pooh Shiesty's name. So, is Durk coming home with a little less rank than he went in jail with? Probably, but I don't think what Lil Durk did is so severe that the streets will turn his back on Lil Durk or rap fans will turn their back on Lil Durk. Now, that I just think is wishful thinking because they do hate Durk, right? Because obviously they're Opps, and they want for people to stop listening to Lil Durk, but I don't feel like that's going to happen at all.
If it works, everything about him going to be over with. He blamed him, the world. Y'all know how the internet finna be unless they don't. If they don't pick it like that, then I don't know. But from what I'm seeing, this is crazy. Lil Durk, everybody is blaming that thing on Vonnie. Now let's see how it play out. It's your boy King Yella, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I just want to put this out and get to the rest of it. But this is funny, because this is y'all favorite rapper, y'all favorite singer, y'all favorite killer, y'all favorite gangster, right?
What King Yella said right here really woke some things up. I don't know if it's like a paid bow army or something, but yo, King Yella got literally bombarded with Lil Durk fans calling him out. It was so intense, I think King Yella had to drop a second video clarifying what he meant. Now, Yella ultimately did say that he stand by his statements. He do believe that Lil Durk is telling, and he's also saying, you know, that he don't believe that this strategy is gonna work for Lil Durk. You know, that Lil Durk is gonna get found guilty. Now, do I believe that? I'll be real, I feel like this is a pretty good strategy. I don't think they got much on Lil Durk, to be honest. All they have is OTF Vonnie's testimony. They got OTF Jam, but all the evidence points to other people. Like even like one evidence, right? Like where they claim, yo, OTF Vonnie waited outside of Quantarano's hotel until 1 a.m. And then, you know, he drove the vehicle to Lil Durk's home in Encino. Yo, people I hang out with all the time do terrible things. Does that mean I did it too? Like if somebody was at my house, right? But before they got to my house, they robbed the bank. Did that mean that I told them to rob a bank? So a lot of the evidence doesn't really indict or point to Lil Durk doing this murder. So in that regard, I do think Lil Durk has a chance, you know, but who knows, bro, right? Like who knows what's gonna happen? Nobody knows, okay? Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, okay? I wanna hear what y'all thoughts are. If you're still watching this video and you wanna watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out about this really huge Roc Nation drama. Roc Nation just got accused of some really terrible allegations. I'm gonna see you guys in this Roc Nation allegation. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.